We all saw the Matrix, and we talk about the Matrix, and we realize that we're living in the Matrix. But let me ask you something. Why would Hollywood make a movie about the Matrix so big and popular? Don't they want us to not talk about the Matrix? Well, let's think of the movie. What happened at the beginning where he said, "Oh, I'm going to wake you up," and then he wakes up from the Matrix and he sees what the world is. They're all connected to these things, and their energy is feeding the Matrix. But what did he do? He went back into the Matrix and started fighting the Matrix from within the Matrix. And he started living this fantasy life where he could dodge bullets and slow everything down, basically saying it's impossible to fight the Matrix from within the Matrix. What they should have done when they went back into the Matrix was said, "Hey, wake up, we're all connected to this. This is how you get out of it." And then they would go free people outside of the Matrix, and then it would take away power from the Matrix. Think about that. I'm going to pause. Think about it. They didn't tell us how to get out of the Matrix. Well, the way to get out of the Matrix was to unplug everybody from it. But in order to unplug everybody from it, first you had to put their consciousness back into their brain. So when you opened up, they didn't just die. They're like, oh, they were ready for it. I mean, did you ever notice that the movie started out deep and everything? And then what did it become? An action movie. And did you look at the rest of them? There was no story. They didn't build on it. It was just action. I mean, I can't even watch the rest of them there. I mean, such a word. We talk about this movie so much and it's so pertinent. Look at what Hollywood did to us. But see, I've been out of the Matrix and now I'm back in it. This is why I teach propaganda for, like, well, that's what I'm starting to do. Now, you don't need to go to Hollywood and spend $100 million to make the Matrix. We can remake the Matrix with AI for like a couple bucks. It's not going to be expensive. We can we can make movie clips now, but the next on the horizon is AI is going to make full feature length movies where we can remake the Matrix, right? Except in the Matrix, we actually don't turn it into an action movie because those are retarded. That's why they're all superhero movies. They're like, oh, you're sitting there like, oh, look, oh, CGI, CGI. No, this time we're actually going to make the movie and say, listen, this is how we're going to deconstruct everybody's mind to wake them all up from the Matrix. And then you make it a big hit. You stick it up on a site that doesn't care about copyright infringement and let everybody watch it for free because it costs you next to nothing to make it. So that's why I have this channel. It's me, Minister of Propaganda, here to teach you this in my book, The Word and the Sword. You read it for free at ministerofpropaganda.substack.com. I first start my story how I studied propaganda in Russia 23 years ago, and then I eventually get you up to date to where you'll be able to do stuff like this. Like we'll all be able to make versions of the Matrix and we can all watch them and be like, "Oh, that's how you would wake them up. Well, this is how I would." I mean, why does it have to be a 2-hour movie? These could be 5-minute shorts. Like you take the scene where he takes the red pill. Well, what happens next? Well, he's still sitting in the chair. He doesn't actually wake up connected to a thing. He's like, well, what's the reality? Well, this is the reality. Your mind's just controlled. Here, you want me to red pill you now? Do you know why you see repeating messages in front of you again and again and people spend a lot of money like Coca-Cola to keep their logo in front of you? Because it's stuff that you don't actually want. Your mind doesn't want, but through repetition, it creates the conception that it is what you want, so you copy it. So you drink literal poison that degrades your teeth and your body and changes the pH and will eventually cause diseases and cancer in your body. Your body wants to reject this. It doesn't actually taste good. It just tastes sweet. And one of the things we do is we have a evolutionary point where we want something sweet because it means it's high calorie because in back in the day calories were hard to come by, so you would eat sugar and get calories and you would be able to go hunt and get something healthy like a bison or something. So like propaganda is all around you. Like the Matrix should just teach you what propaganda actually is. Do you think there's only one type of propaganda? There's many. There's big lie, there's little lie, there's all sorts of stuff we can come up with in names and tactics for how they use it. Why don't they ever teach you propaganda in school? Well, read my book and Minister of Propaganda. I'm going to start doing propaganda lessons eventually to teach you this stuff. This is one of them. Wake up from the Matrix. And so, like, if you take the red pill Neo and you're sitting in a chair and you swallow it, instead of, you don't wake up with the thing. You're just like, don't believe anything that's put in front of your eyes. Seek out what you want, not what they tell you to do. And your life is just going to get healthier, better, and happier. And you're going to meet the people you actually want to meet and have experiences. That's the red pill. That's what the Matrix could have been about. Have a nice day.